Christmas crazy. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about with me even having to say anything. Malls, stress, sleigh ride, sugar, events, rehearsal, dragging the kids through the said malls while they're hyped up on sugar, while they're singing sleigh ride. Did I mention the cat knocking over the tree, tinsel going everywhere, trying to avoid Aunt Susie's fruitcake? And could somebody please tell me when they're going to stop roasting those chestnuts over an open fire? I mean, aren't they done by now? You know, as a mom of 2 young kids, I confess, this time of year is kind of hard for me at times to not coerce my kids into a certain way of behaving. But I kind of fall into that trap because there's so many different things available. Let me explain. For one, there's the Grinch method. I was introduced to this just a couple weeks ago, and I've got some interesting thoughts on it. So for those who don't know what the Grinch method is, it's where you wrap all your kids' Christmas presents and you put them under the tree when you put up the tree. Well, first off, my thought is, well, good golly, you're really on the ball. I mean, I'm still buying Christmas presents. You've already got all yours wrapped and ready to put up under the tree. So if your kids don't behave good, you take away one of the presents. Okay, Grinchy Grinch, sure. Then you've got the Santa cam. You've got the elf on the shelf. You might have one in your house. And quite honestly, if we would really be transparent about half the Christmas songs, I think they talk about behavior. I mean, you're going to sit there and tell me you've never sung a little chorus to your kids that goes, he's making a list and checking it twice. Presents, presents, presents. Behavior, behavior, behavior. You better be good. So let me give you an example. The other day, I was completely that desperate parent and put on the vocal stylings of making a list while my kids were bickering in the back seat. I mean, come on, as a parent, we all know that we push our kids a little too close to their bedtime. The ride home is never pleasant. As soon as those doors close, Mama, he's looking at me. Mama, he's too close to my car seat. Can we please just keep the peace? Let's put on some music and drive home. Okay, and it was quiet for about 20 seconds until my eldest pops up in the back seat. Mama? Yeah, bud, what's up? I have a question. Sure, okay, what's up? I was just wondering, if Santa has a naughty and nice list, well, does God have a naughty and nice list too, and am I on the naughty list? Oh. I deserve that. You know, I can't quite remember what it was I answered him with. I mean, I'm sure I waxed poetic enough and was just deeply theological to satisfy a 4-year-old. But that's not what stuck with me. What stuck with me was the concept of how we as humans can cram the mystery of God's grace, if you will, into our little bitty way of thinking. It's almost as if we say to ourselves on a certain level, oh, well, I need to clean up my act. I need to get over this stumbling block. I need to not use these words. I need to be on God's good list before he'll give me Jesus. I mean, even thinking that sounds ludicrous and ridiculous. Saying it out loud is almost borderline embarrassing in a way. But that's kind of what's been rolling around in the back of my head. Let me give you another example, because for those who are around kids, you know that they come with a litany of examples you can pull from their behaviors. So the other day, we were out shopping, my eldest and I, and for those who know me well, you know that I prefer to shop on Amazon. But until the day comes that they sell bread and fresh fruit, milk, and cheese, I actually have to bundle up and go face the masses. And so we were chatting with the sales lady, you know, as you do, finishing up your purchases, and Ethan was standing there, quite angelically, mind you. And the lady looks at him and goes, little boy, you've been good today. Have you earned your Christmas presents? Are you on Santa's nice list? And the snarky side of me wanted to say, lady, he's 4. I consider it a banner day when he's not swinging from the chandeliers or trying to put gum in his little sister's hair. But I didn't. I just said, yeah, he's been pretty good, as I ruffled his head. But again, I left that conversation thinking, when as we as humans decide who is good, who is bad, who's get gifts, and who doesn't? When did we decide who gets God's grace? I mean, because the Bible tells me, while we were sinners, Christ died for us. Sinners. Not as in basically decent human beings who mess up from time to time. Maybe tell a little white lie, fudge the golf score, or, oh, let me exaggerate that fishing story. No. Sinners as in those human beings God created to spend time with, and yet we knew better than him. We rejected him to the point of hanging him on a cross, sinners. Oh, sinners, okay. And then the Bible tells me the wages of sin is death. Whoa. I don't care how pretty of a bow you put on it. I do not want to open death on Christmas morning. No, thank you, I'm good. But that's what the Bible tells me. I mean, at this point, we better just pack up shop and go home because it's looking kind of hopeless, don't you think? But then you take it a step further. And the Bible tells us that God looks past all that. God doesn't give us a naughty list that we're on. God doesn't give us a good list, if you will. He gives us the gift of Jesus and his grace and his redemption and his salvation. God doesn't wait for us to clean up our acts. He sees redeemed. He sees friend of God. He sees sanctification through this gift of Jesus being born in a manger. My friends, you can't go buy the best Christmas gift there is. You can't waltz into Meijer. You can't buy it on Amazon. You can't go to the local boutique shop downtown Perrysburg. The best gift we've been given this year is that precious baby being wrapped in a manger. Because through him, we're redeemed. We're called to more. We're free. I mean, if that doesn't put a smile on your face that Buddy the Elf would be happy for, I'm not sure you've had enough coffee and you're understanding what I'm saying. That there is no naughty, there is no nice list. There's just freedom and grace wrapped up in a baby. So, as we're barreling towards the end of 2016 and Christmas Day is rapidly approaching, I challenge you to take a step back this year. I'm not sure what that looks like for you in your life, whether with your cat, your husband, your kids, or going to the local coffee shop. Take a step back and pause just for a minute to think about, to truly ponder the gift of God's grace. Because if we were to be completely honest with ourselves, I don't think we really ponder it like we should. So I challenge you this year, make it a little different and ponder that. Because the really, truly crazy part about Christmas is Jesus and God's grace. From my family to yours, we wish you a very Merry Christmas.